In today's beginner-friendly tutorial, we're jumping into 2026 with a cute and cozy January quilt. Welcome, friends. It is time for the very first art tutorial of 2026. I have not done any drawing or painting for at least 2 weeks. I was very sick over the holiday, which is no fun. So I really wanted to jump back in with something super gentle and cute. And I have seen these quilted illustrations on Pinterest and online. So I thought, let's create one together. I just did it by simply creating a little grid in my sketchbook. This is hot press paper, so it's nice and smooth. And then in each section of our grid, we are going to place a little illustration. And it can be very doodle-esque, very simple. So you can see I drew a daisy. I'm going to do some rose hips here. That's one that I go back to again and again. I did a little teacup because, you know, it's me. And then over here, this one's kind of interesting. We're going to do an actual quilt square since this is a quilted illustration. So all I did was divide it up and do the two crossways lines like you're making a tic-tac-toe board. And then I brought the little flag in sort of at the end and did a diamond in the center. So quilt patterns are pretty straightforward if you have your little ruler. And if you're wondering what size my total grid is, I did the squares at 1.5 inches. So it's 4.5 inches by 3 inches for the 6 squares. And then once we've done a few doodles, we're just gonna color them in. It's so relaxing and fun. I don't know about you, but I don't always do a lot of art when I'm on holiday. I tend to gravitate more towards like crafts or home projects that I've been putting off or baking. So sometimes when I get back to work, which my work luckily is making art, I'm like, how do I even draw again? Like, I forget. So I really wanted to come up with something this week that felt gentle and chill, something that you could just have a cup of tea and draw along, and it would be really fun and not at all stressful or overwhelming. And if you are a patron, of course, you can get this illustration as a coloring page slash reference image so that you don't have to draw it yourself if you don't want to. But I do recommend, like, you could do a couple of these and do all kinds of different fun little doodles, or do a 9 or a 3x3 grid for 9 squares. That would look really pretty. Let's color in these rose hips. One thing I will mention is that I'm using quite heavy pressure. So I really want my colored pencil to be very saturated and dense. You can also create that effect by layering your colored pencils, so putting a few layers on. And I just think that gives a really sort of nice finished quality. I've drawn a couple leaves, very perfectly imperfect, and then we're going to connect everything with little brown stems. And then I'm using a really dark brown to just add these little crowns on each berry. And then another thing you want to think about as you create your quilted illustration is color palette. I think that really matters so much more than what your drawings look like or what you choose to draw. Having a cozy winter-inspired color palette, or maybe summer if you're in the Southern Hemisphere, just will bring the entire illustration together in a really nice, cohesive way. So what I recommend doing is maybe setting out some of your main colors ahead of time, even trying them out on scrap paper and saying like, yeah, I really love the look of all these colors together. When I set out to do this, I was thinking, I know I want pinks, reds, and blues. Those are some of my favorite combos, especially in winter. And then I wanted to do that kind of greenish gold that I did on the first square there. And then from there, everything else is just kind of like an accent color. So lots of pinks, reds, and blues with other stuff. And you can see here, I'm going to repeat that greeny gold color, or you could just call it, it's like a dark yellow or light brown. So having colors that repeat as well is important. If you're going to use pops of red, use the red in 2 or 3 spots. I've used the same light pink for the flower, the first flower that I did on the background of the rose hips, that kind of thing. So creating a fun color palette that speaks to how you're feeling right now. If it's summer, it might be a little more colorful. If it's winter, like me, it's maybe a little more subdued. And I'm using kind of muted jewel tones today. And then for my last square, I just thought, let's keep it really simple. We've already done botanicals like the rose hips and the daisy. So let's do one more organic shape, a cute little flower with lots and lots of leaves. And then I chose a purple just to kind of repeat the pinks. So another nice warm color. Okay, erase all of your smudges and all that stuff. And then if you want to, you could write the year or the month title or the season in there and sign your work. Remember, you can grab this on Patreon, so you can just print and transfer into your own journal and have yourself a cute, cozy, quilted art hour. Thanks for watching today, guys. Oh, wait 1 second. I want to mention something. It is the start of 2026, and a lot of you are supporting me on Patreon, but not as many of you know about my monthly Patreon live art hour. So it's like a live art lesson. It's at the $10 tier. If you're at the $3 or $5 tier, I would consider upgrading. It's just such a fun art hour. Last month we did the cute, like, festive animals. In November, we did this illustration. This is me Christmas shopping with like 1,000 grocery bags and gifts. So it's like a silly self-portrait. And last month I was kind of taking requests for different animals and then making them look festive and stuff. So we have a lot of fun. There's a live chat. You can ask questions. And yeah, if you're already a patron, consider upgrading, because we're going to do 12 more fun lessons this year. Thanks for watching today, guys. I really appreciate you being here. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you soon with a new tutorial.